I'm David Addison, and this weekend in Chennai we've got 4 races and a champion to be crowned.
We certainly have. It's the final round of the season, and before we go into
to 6th, Harry Jones, up to 7th on the grid, Dylan Young, up to 8th, Henning Engqvist, 9th, Michelangelo and Endola will be Manuel Maldonado, starting 11th. 12th on the grid, Perdana Putramanang, the Indonesian, ahead of Singaporean Pavan Ravichanka. Drugovic slots in 14th, second board. It is now brought in. The drivers look towards the MRF gantry. 5 lights go red, engine notes rise, we're racing, and a good start made by Daniel Frost. Then from the inside of the front row, Martono tries to get at the inside of him from 4th on the grid, then goes to the outside line, and Karkozic leads the way. Frost 2nd, Martono 3rd, 4th, Justice Falqueiro, and round the outside of him in the white car goes Riders Van Campt out to the inside line. Frost defends his 2nd place, blocks Martono, tries to get at the inside of the race leader as well, but as we have a spinner and contact in the pack, Maldonado's in the middle of it. Here at the Madras Motor Racetrack, as through turn 10, Van Campt out goes wide. Falqueiro makes contact with him and gets launched into the barriers. He goes on the outside line. Falqueiro, they were wheel to wheel, they interlocked. Falqueiro goes airborne. And so at the end of lap 1, if you're still following the plot, the survivors are going to be headed across the line by, all being well, Daniel Frost. Presley Martono goes through behind. Rinus Van Campt out is next. The cars, do we have a red flag on the start line? We do. We have a race stoppage. So we're told 15 laps for the restart, and now the teams will be told the same thing. So 15 laps it's going to be. Dylan Young, I mentioned early on, is a real mainstay of this championship. It would not be the MRF Challenge without him, would it, Louise?
It certainly wouldn't. Dylan, we've seen you here quite a few years running. Ever seen an incident like that here in Chennai?
Yeah, I have actually. It's not that unusual, so yeah, I think we'll even have to watch it on the restart, to be honest. So hopefully we get it cleanly and we'll see how we go.
What do you think it was? That everyone was eager to get ahead, or is it slippery, or is there another reason?
Yeah, everyone's keen being, to be honest. So a bit slippery, obviously, but you know this championship can be a bit mayhem. So yeah, as I said, hopefully we can have a bit of a cleaner start.
Thanks very much. Yeah, we hope for that clean start as well.
Indeed, and the engineers hope for that clean start. 5-second board is displayed. There are the 2 fighting it out for second in the championship, Presley Martono and Rinus Van Campt out. Race 2 in the MRF Challenge, take 2, it's go! Bad start this time by Van Campt out. He's about to get mugged on the run towards turn 1 by Harry Jones up the inside in the red and white car, but it is Daniel Frost who will lead the way. Dylan Young tries to force the issue on the middle ground, but he can't really do it. Martono is 2nd, Van Campt out around the outside is 3rd. Who is going to be 4th? It's Jones ahead of Young, ahead of then Michelangelo now up through turn 7 for the first time of asking them. So Dylan Young having a good run, and Frost it is leading in 2nd spot. It is Martono, 3rd is Van Campt out, 4th is Jones, 5th is Young, 6th is Amendola, 7th then going into turn 1. Champion of this season, Felipe Drugovic. There he is, the Brazilian driver closing on the Australian. So can we get Drugovic up to the podium? 15-lap race, we're on lap 4 at the moment as the cars wriggle their way up through turns 10 and 11, and Drugovic is closing all the time onto the back now of Dylan Young. Race would suggest that a little bit nearer this time is Martono than he was a lap back. Van Campt out going with him. Here's the fight for 5th. Dylan Young and Felipe Drugovic running together. 3rd, Harry Jones 4th, and Dylan Young fending off the champion, Felipe Drugovic. Behind him trying to recover after his penalty. Right, there is Drugovic on the tail of Dylan Young, but now look, they're both being caught by Louis Gachot. So Gachot comes over the timing line as the leaders now start lap 7. Through they go once more. And up towards George Lyle. Through he turns. There is Dylan Young. Behind him is Felipe Drugovic and Louis Gachot, all fired up. He's getting closer and closer and closer all the time. Drugovic, of course, is a bit stuck. He can't find a way past Dylan Young ahead of him. And so now as the cars turn up through turn 3, he knows 6, Louis Gachot inching up onto the tail of Felipe Drugovic. Drugovic, the man that won all 4 races, of course, in Abu Dhabi last time out, and took the fastest lap in each of those races as well. But he's closing up all the while. Is he going to be able to find a way through? Not here. Dylan Young still doing a very good job of keeping him at bay. So Drugovic, the champion, going to try and use all of his experience at this circuit, and he was here last year, and all of his guile to find a way past Dylan Young as they are about to come now up towards the completion of lap number 9. The race leaders go over the line. Frost, Martono, Van Count out the order. Harry Jones ahead of this little battle, doing a very good job hanging on to his 4th place. Is Gasho with them? Not quite, but he's not very far off, is he? He is closing all the time. They turn, and now down towards turn 10 they would accelerate. There you can see Drugovic crawling all over the back of Dylan Young, but Dylan is doing a very good job here of defending. Bear in mind, the man he's got behind him has had 8 wins in the championship this year. Bear in mind, he is the champion, and yet Dylan is keeping him at bay. He's not making a mistake or anything like that. And there's Louis Gasho closing all the time. Fourth here as well. So this is the new order. Martono, Van Count out, then Frost, the top 3. Daniel Frost down to 3rd. Still Dylan Young runs 5th, ahead of Felipe Drugovic. And then Louis Gasho up from last on the 18-strong original grid. He runs in that 6th spot. Drugovic closing again as he breaks late, trying to force a mistake, and very nearly one there because Dylan Young just ever so slightly sideways coming out of turn 10. Over the brow now. Leaders go by to start lap 13. The system that's being worked on, but the fastest lap points, the 2 for that, we'll have to confirm post-race. Race leaders head down there towards the right-hander at turn 8, and Drugovic has a look to the inside of Dylan Young, but again it comes to naught for him. Through they turn, accelerate now towards turn 10. Nose to tail, Dylan Young, so did a lap ago, driving a very solid race here, not cracking under the huge pressure being applied by Felipe Drugovic as they come down towards turn 12. The leaders have already gone through. Presley Martono, he's edging towards a win, isn't he, here? 2nd spot, Rhinus Van Count out a little bit too far back to think about challenging, and then Daniel Frost running in 3rd spot. So Felipe Drugovic, who will go into tomorrow's first race with a grid based on the formation that we're now on the final lap of the race as the officials have the board to hand. So it's going to be, Drugovic, still a good drive from 14th to 6th and 18th to 7th, and taking their original grid positions here. MRF Challenge about to get underway as the 5 red lights go out now. Good start made by Drugovic and by Martono. Still has this battle pack a little bit lower down the field, keeping at bay Dylan Young and then Michelangelo Amendola behind him. But Amendola still not serving either the drive-through nor the black flag. He's a fourth man who's been able to do it. So as Dylan Young, mainstay of the MRF Challenge, accelerates towards number 3, the Australian driver, keeps the Belgian Amendola behind him, and in turn tries to get onto terms with Maldonado as they turn now through that kink approaching turn 10. Now Martono has just been given the fastest lap of the race, a 1:29.53. Dylan Young attacking and defending as best he can at the same time here. Life's not easy in this situation, but he's trying to get ahead of Maldonado, but he's mindful of right there behind him Michelangelo Amendola, and he doesn't really need to be defending because, as we know, Amendola, having ignored his black flag, is very unlikely, let's put it that way, to be in the results come the end. Drugovic is on to lap 18 now, and is before you just saw there Henning Engqvist down in 14th place. There's a lock-up coming into turn 12, and that was Maldonado who loses chunks of time as he recovers, and now look, Dylan Young is on his tail. He goes one side and then the other to the outside into turn 1. Can he get the cut back and get up the inside at turn 2? Maldonado defends, and Dylan Young denied the opportunity to challenge. Is he going to be able to do anything out of 2 into 3? Let's see. No, if anything, he gets a bit crossed up. He's on the outside line, but Maldonado hangs onto the place. Amendola is right there behind him as well. Still, of course, ignoring that black flag that he was shown a little while ago. And Amendola has got the pace now to make a move against Dylan Young, who in turn is trying to find a way out past Maldonado. He goes to the outside line. Amendola locks up and slithers out even further. Dylan Young looking the quicker of the 2, but he's in the dirty air once again, and so now life becomes even more difficult for him. Dylan had a good run in the second race yesterday, got a 5th place out of that, so an 8th, a 5th and a 9th this weekend. At the moment in race 1 and a 12 in race 3, and Dylan Young pulls out, has a look, pulls back in again. They're all being caught here as well, look, by Pavan Ravichanka and Henning Enqvist behind them. Those two starting to play catch-up now. Amendola crawling all over Dylan Young, and remember, he shouldn't be in the race. He's had that black flag and he's not served that penalty. So if anything does happen between those two, it's going to be a very grumpy Dylan Young. Into turn 12 they come, still running nose to tail. Ravichanka is almost up with Amendola. Race leader on. When the lights go out, we will go racing now. Who makes the best start? Runner-up rival. His vice champions duel going on as there. Dylan Young, number 3, tries to fend off Harry Jones, who's trying to keep heading towards the turn 4 left-hander they go. Pavan Ravichanka heading this battle pack right on his tail. It's the Australian Dylan Young, a mainstay of the MRF Challenge. He comes back season after season, and Dylan therefore with pretty decent track knowledge around here. Drugovic regroup and have another go here. He's got the time because we're on that age of 20. Pavan Ravichanka, Dylan Young come through there. 21 is Harry Jones towards the turn 12 right-hander.